What's up, guys? So, in case you missed it, the Dragon Ball FighterZ show, episode 2, happened yesterday, and we got some pretty good announcements out of it. First of all, Master Roshi is coming. In case you missed the trailer, I'll put up my original reaction from yesterday right here. It's the lobby. Yo, the Kame House! Yo, we all knew. Oh yeah, that's all we're getting. We're getting a millisecond of footage. September. All right. So yeah, Master Roshi was like the big announcement that they saved for the end, but there was actually some other pretty good stuff in this show, and I'm gonna kind of run through some of the other stuff that was discussed and things that we saw on the Dragon Ball FighterZ show. So right off the bat, you know, I was pretty negative towards the fighting game developer roundtable that happened a couple weeks ago. I didn't really think that seemed very in touch with the fighting game community, but the Dragon Ball FighterZ show, I think they did a much better job. First of all, Damascus and Tyrant, who have recently been sort of added to the Dragon Ball FighterZ team in an official capacity, acting as commentators and MCs for events like this. I think they did a great job. These guys are really great at, you know, discussing the game. Obviously super knowledgeable, and they're able to bring the hype when needed, so very well done to these guys. And then we had a message from Hiroki-san, the sort of lead producer of Dragon Ball FighterZ, you know, letting us know that, you know, the World Tour is canceled. I think everyone kind of knew the World Tour was not going to happen. There were some other tidbits of news mixed in here. There is acknowledgement that the fans want rollback. I mean, listen, I'll take it, okay? I'm realistic. I don't expect them to just, you know, copy-paste ggpo.zip into their game and Dragon Ball FighterZ has rollback overnight. That's not how it works. As much as I want rollback in every fighting game I play, I'm realistic and know that it's not going to happen overnight. So just the knowledge that it's something that's on their mind, it's something they want to do for the future, especially considering like Guilty Gear Strive, they've already announced is going to have rollback. So maybe in Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, if that ever comes out, we'll get some rollback. I'm happy they mentioned it. This was not mentioned in the fighting game roundtable, so I'm happy they mentioned it. They also mentioned that there's going to be a balance patch coming soon, I guess. I'm assuming it's going to come with Master Roshi. And they didn't get too specific about what is going to change in the balance patch other than when they made the Season 3 patch and gave every character 3 assists, the goal was to make it so that there weren't any characters that you can't play because they have bad assists. And that's, I guess, what they're going to try to fix with the balance patch. If there's still characters that are not really used very often, they're going to fix them, I guess, by improving their assists. I don't know if that's going to be like Videl, Blue Vegeta. I don't know who it's going to be, but they're implying that there's going to be some buffs in a balance patch. I'm down with that. They also mentioned that they're going to try to punish rage quits. They discuss it in kind of a weird way, though. They talk about how they're like looking at specific players who they've identified as repeat rage quitters, when to me it's like, are they just overthinking it? Like, just have the game give me points if my opponent rage quits. I don't care about you, like, finding out the guy's IP address or whatever and sending the FBI after him. I just want points. That's all I care about. So we'll have to see exactly what they manage to change with rage quits. But anyway, I really liked this little discussion, and I think that, you know, it makes me hopeful for the future of the game. It feels like they're listening, which I think is absolutely fantastic. The next segment of the show was mostly focused on the future of the competitive scene, at least the near future. They brought on Abu, who has done a bunch of tournament organizing in Europe for the game. And, you know, they basically discussed what is going to be the setup for upcoming online tournaments. So they announced that there's going to be a new thing called the Dragon Ball FighterZ National Championship, starting in October 20th. So they're going to have 4 countries and 5 championships. These are the ones that they're starting with: France, East Coast US, West Coast US, Japan, and Spain. They stated that, you know, the reason why they're doing this format and they're not just having like a big open tournament that everyone can enter is mostly for online related reasons. If East Coast and West Coast US are fighting each other, or, you know, like East Coast to Europe, it's not going to be very playable because this game does not have rollback. So they're doing their best with what they can, I guess. And the premise is that they're going to have the online championships with 8 invited players. They're going to have a round robin that lasts 7 days, and then a month of playoffs before figuring out the national champions. So it's kind of like there's like a Ranbat that's going to happen with all the people who qualify from being the national champions. They're going to enter sort of a ranking battle system where they play across the course of a month, and then depending on how many points you get and how many people you beat, that's going to end up being the champion. So instead of just being like one tournament that happens over the course of the weekend, this is going to be like a month-long process of running a bunch of matches. Every player is going to fight every player. It sounds interesting. I'm curious how it's going to work out. It's kind of hard for me to envision right now just because it sounds like it's going to last for a long time and there's going to be so many matches. But, you know, hey, that means that we're going to get a lot of hype stuff to watch, so that's pretty exciting. These guys definitely talked for a while about the whole tournament thing. This is one of those streams where, you know, there's a lot of resident sleepers being posted in the stream chat and stuff like that. I did definitely get the impression that they did not have enough topics planned for the amount of time they had to fill. They had to fill like an entire hour before the Roshi announcement was ready, and so there was a lot of like a lot of overt time filling. So I definitely understand people who thought that the presentation was boring. I think maybe they could have had a few more like prepared questions or something to cover. They needed something to talk about because they ended up repeating themselves a lot. But overall, I thought it was a good discussion. And then they accidentally leaked Master Roshi. I don't know how this happened. They showed this graphic too early, and it says Master Roshi Showcase. They had not shown the Roshi trailer yet. There had been no mention of Master Roshi in the stream up until this point, so they accidentally showed this on stream. Stream chat lost its mind. Like, how are you going to accidentally leak a character 10 minutes before you show the trailer? I feel like if you look at their faces, you can kind of tell there's some panic setting in, where they were like, did we accidentally just leak Master Roshi? But it's fine. Like 15 minutes later, they actually showed the trailer. So yeah, like, these trailers, you know, they get me hype. You can't tell me that Master Roshi is coming to the game and expect me not to get hype. But I am going to be a little bit critical of Arc System Works' trailer sort of philosophy here. It's gotten almost to the point of parody. I feel like with every one of these, they show us less and less. There's literally 4 seconds of gameplay in this trailer. There's about a minute of cutscenes and like showing us random stuff, and then we have 4 seconds of watching Master Roshi being played. And yes, they did say that in September they're going to do like a Master Roshi showcase where they're going to spend a bunch of time like letting players control him and showing all the moves and exploring everything he can do. But like, you got to give us more than 4 seconds, okay? I'm sorry, that's not enough. That's not enough. We want more, okay? It's hard for me to get too mad about it because I did get hype. I'm not going to lie. He looks cool. But you got to give me more than 4 seconds, okay? I don't know. Am I the only one that hates this? That all they do is show us like 2 seconds of gameplay anymore? It kind of drives me a little crazy. But whatever. I'm not gonna rant. It was hype. I thought it was a good show. After this, they started showing some exhibition matches. They had the man himself, No Kami. We've played a few times in videos. I'll go ahead and link one of those down in the description if you haven't seen. He faced off against Measy. So Measy is also someone I've faced on the channel. I'll link that down in the description. He plays Android 17. And, you know, Measy's an amazing player, and it seems like he's leveled up a ton since I last played him. But No Kami, Evo Top 8 finalist, and, you know, he's a good guy. I had to root for the man, No Kami. But it was a hype match. I'm not going to spoil the ending. So I'm going to link the full archive in the description if you guys want to watch that. And then they had sort of like a miniature bracket / round robin thing with a bunch of European players. These guys, Kaiden and Rudy, I watched that match and it was so sick. You guys have to check out this one. I have never seen Cooler look that godlike before. It was some really, really cool stuff. So I do recommend checking these matches out. Go ahead and watch the full replay if you want to see everything that happened. But yeah, just to recap, like, I thought this was a good show. My only real criticism is it felt like they were filling a lot of time. There was a lot of talking in circles because it seemed like they didn't have enough topics to cover. But other than that, I mean, they mentioned GGPO. They said they're working on it. They're thinking about it. It's on the radar. They said there's a balance patch coming, so that's pretty hype. They showed us the boy Roshi. They told us what to expect for the tournament season. I think they did a great job. So they have said that there's going to be more of these Dragon Ball FighterZ shows in the future, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know down in the comments how you guys felt about the whole situation. You hyped for Roshi? Are you disappointed? I know, me personally, I couldn't be happier, but I know there's some people out there who don't maybe want the old man coming to the game. Let me know what you think and what you would like to see for the final 2 characters in the season as well. So that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.